So with the rook, it's similar, but there's actually a big difference. With a rook, we get this mechanism where at certain moments there won't be a way to improve our position. With the queen, we can always make the box smaller and push them around. With the rook, we actually need the king to help. But the first step is similar. We make the smallest box around the king, and then I get my king into position, and I make another box, smaller. Oops. So in this position, we get the first moment that I would call a waiting move, where we're just putting the kings in opposition and essentially looking to see what black does so that we can make the box smaller. If he goes this way, I can go this way with the king. So a double step of the king, a double step of the rook. This is common. Notice here how I got 2 rook moves out of that, and then I'm going to play 2 king moves. So that might be another helpful way to remember this. Eventually, just like with the queen, the king has to go against the edge of the board. The only checkmates that exist are when the king is against the edge of the board, and we can then create checkmate patterns. So here I make the box smaller. It's not stalemate. I call this the perfect box. He only has 2 places to go. And then it would be a big mistake to go king here, because that is a draw, it is stalemate. Instead, I should walk around this way, double step the king, and finally checkmate. So to sum up how to checkmate with a king and a queen, you're making a box with the rook, you're bringing the king in to help make a smaller box, to facilitate making a smaller box, and then the king is going to jockey for position to help the rook make smaller boxes until eventually the king is against the edge of the board. And essentially the pattern repeats, but it's a double step of the king. And just for fun, I'm going to show a slight variation on it. In this case, there's a type of move I haven't shown yet. It's just a waiting move. I want to play rook here, checkmate. His king is too close. If it were black's move, he would play king over, and then I would play checkmate. So this calls for a waiting move. I can just wait. He goes over, and then checkmate. So with the rook and the king, at certain moments you will need to play waiting moves to gain position. That is the king and the rook versus the king.